Hi, my name is Elaine Claire Campbell. I'm 57 years old and I'm proud to report that I'm learning Chinese. I started about a year ago and I started with a tutor, and then I decided I wasn't moving fast enough, so I switched to a major university in China because I live in China, that you could do this in another country as well. I happen to be from the United States, and because I felt I needed a more intense level and focused level of study. I decided to come to the Keats school because I wanted to make it to the next level. I felt that the university was very good for giving me the basics, but there were 24 students in a class. The one-on-one attention, making sure that they corrected your pronunciation, which if you don't pronounce it correctly, no one understands you, so it's really important. Also making sure you really understand the grammar, and also because the students were a lot younger, so they could learn faster, made me want to try a program like Keats. I did a lot of research. I made the decision based on talking to people who'd been here before. I looked into the weather because I live in Shenzhen, which is too hot in the summer, so I wanted to be in a place where the weather was good. This is exactly the kind of school I wanted, and it's been a wonderful experience. I also looked at the value for the basic, the value for the money, and the school has a very good value for the money. There's some schools out there, where people are skimming a lot of money off the top to teach you Chinese in China. This school doesn't do that. You take care of coming here on your own. They meet you at the airport, which is wonderful, but you don't have the big overhead expenses that some of these other programs have, which is wonderful. I've been very happy here. The experience has been wonderful. I've loved the one-on-one teaching experience. My teacher listened to what I wanted and needed. I was very specific that I wanted to make sure that I reviewed all the basic grammar, that I do a lot of listening and speaking, because I can learn the Hansa characters on my own. I can take memorization. I also recognize that since I'm 57, it takes longer to learn Chinese. It doesn't mean you can't learn Chinese. I've had lots of friends who've given up, and I think that's a mistake, because I think if you keep at it, you get better every year. And I've definitely gotten better, and I've been very happy with Keats because I can tell a difference in my improvement in a couple of ways. For example, when I go out, my pronunciation is better, people understand me much better, much more clearly. It made me really happy to have that kind of instant feedback by going out and getting that kind of recognition in the real world. I also have loved the other students. The variety of students here is wonderful. It's all ages, all countries, all different backgrounds. The one thing that they have in common is they're pretty serious students, everyone. This is not, I've had the experience of sending my daughters to schools where it was more have a good time than study. This is a serious school, and the other students take it very seriously, and it rubs off, everybody rubs off on each other. So I think that's a really good thing. I also liked being able to live here, as a wife and mother. Not having to cook and clean up meals gave me so much more time to study and to go out and see China. It was really a gift. The rooms are fine, they're clean, they're a comfortable size. They're not fancy, but you don't want to pay for fancy. I took cooking lessons while I was here, which was another way to improve my Chinese. I learned a whole new vocabulary for all the cooking terms, all the cooking ingredients, and the names of Chinese dishes. I took the cooking lessons you get. If you sign up for the cooking lessons, there's 2 lessons a week, and you learn 4 new dishes a week. And the cook cares about spices, she cares about presentations, she cares about colors. She's a true gourmand. It was really a delight to work with her. Her background is that she ran a restaurant before, and really likes having the fixed and the stability of working for a school. But she's an excellent cook, and so that was really fun. And she adjusted the cooking to my not wanting it to be too hot. So that was really fun too, to learn how to cook some of the dishes that are famous for being hot, but being able to get the flavor of hot without all of the heat of hot. So that was really special for me. I also had a wonderful time in Kunming while I was here. I made plans when I came here. I've been here for 5 weeks, and I sat down with guidebooks and on the internet and made a list of things I wanted to do, and then went out and made them happen. Kunming has a lot of history. There's a couple wonderful museums here. I wanted to do the out of doors. I joined a biking group and went biking all day with 72 of my closest Chinese friends. Literally, there were 72 people. They meet every Saturday, and it varies the number, but they meet there's a number of groups that do this. The major bike shops all have bike groups where they meet at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning and head out. You can rent a bike for the day, and it's a wonderful way to both see the area, get great exercise, and meet and talk with Chinese people. So it was really a wonderful experience. I also enjoyed Kunming. Its coffee shops are wonderful. It's got a wonderful downtown. It's got a lot of temples. There's plenty to do. It's just important to plan to get out and do it. I also went to a show called Dynamic Kunming, which is, on level with what I would consider a Broadway show. It's that professional and that good. It's like a music medley, which was really fun. So there's a lot to do. I traveled before I got here. My advice, I think, if I could give people the best advice, I would recommend to travel for a week before you get here, and then travel after you leave, because you'll be impressed by how much better your Chinese is when you're traveling. I studied, one of the things I wanted to tell you about is why I'm studying Chinese. The first major reason is to be able to get around in China. When you're traveling in China, and my husband and I particularly like to bike, a lot of the locals do not speak English. And it really helps if you can communicate at a very basic level with the local Chinese when you're out there traveling. It just makes the experience so much nicer, and you understand what's going on. Little things that you're not sure why. Are you being ignored, or is it because, are you not getting your way because you're a foreigner, or because you just don't understand? And most of the time it's because you don't understand. And so I found that really mattered to me, to be able to travel and to be able to speak with the people. I also, I live in China now, so that it really is important for me to develop Chinese friends and have a whole connection with the society, because I live here. And finally, I smile about this, but I really believe it's true, is I joke that this is my anti-senility program, or anti-Alzheimer's program. Learning the Chinese language, I joke, but I swear it does this. It stimulates all parts of your brain. Reading the characters is pattern recognition. Hearing and speaking is music, because it's a tonal language. Writing Hansa is fine motor control. It's art. So it really is, people are thinking, what can I do that's really interesting? Plan to travel in China and learn some Chinese as part of it. It's a wonderful plan. My final advice for you is to think about what you need and what you want when you come here, because they tailor the program to what you need and want. So it's really important that you think about it. I was beyond the beginner level, but still at the elementary level, just only a year into it. And because I had the experience, I think, with a tutor and all, once a week, which wasn't enough, and the intense university program, I had a pretty good idea that I needed and wanted the one-on-one to help me break through to the next level of Mandarin listening and speaking. I've been very pleased that has happened here, and I can only say good things about Keats School about that. The other thing that I want to recommend is, plan activities in advance, because time goes by very quickly. So if you plan what you want to do, it really makes it more likely that it's going to happen. The other thing that I would like to say is take advantage of being in Kunming in China. You know, you're here to study, but you're also here to experience the country and the people and the language and the culture. So take time on either side to travel, and take time on the weekends while you're here in Kunming to go out and enjoy the city and the area. And best of luck to all of you.